The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me, please. This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will together With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to
Think I'll take you up on that. Mentioned.
Oh, most decidedly, sir.
Been thinking about the...
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not? Not only did the residents positively I understand, of course.
That's all for now, BB. Come on, Roach. Take Take it easy.
Witcher, I have a matter of prime urgency and import. I must speak to you.
Your wound.
It's healing splendid.
Want me to stand in?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it. I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and knows no one she could turn to for help.
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivian shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivian emerged from it, I too emerged. Ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
notice any other strange behavior, additional symptoms?
No, Vivian's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Tell me more about Vivian. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivian spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivian, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher. Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
How about some swordplay?
Come with me. You will team with other knights to fight. The clash simulates a true skirmish during battle. Come the end, you shall fight a duel. It will determine your place on the podium. I always liked the duels the best, but now I can think only of my Vivian. In the end, it is good you will replace me. I sense I would simply be distracted this time.
Ah! What have you got there? So long.
Music to us midness ears.
Oh! Horse! Nothing to see here. Move along.
Stand at the center of the training ground. A knight will approach and challenge you.
You need not ask me twice. The Duchess is usually very kind, until suddenly she is
For the Duchy! For the Duchessa!
Do you wish to practice fighting a moment longer?
Could probably use some more practice.
Witcher act always with reason.
I will stand and fight, but be warned, I do nothing halfway.
Swish, swash, swish, swash!
Attack! Attack!
Do you wish to practice?
You wish to spar? Why not?
I'll slit upon your bowels!
I expected you to do well.
Think I've seen enough. Sorry to be blunt.
If you wish to know my thoughts,
Let's do some...
Always with reason.
come with me.
Hey ho! Nice life is full of fun.
The tourney's race differs from others you might have taken part in. You shall not ride against any opponent.
How's it a race at all, then?
It's a race against time. The true track begins in the arena, runs round the tourney grounds, then finishes again in the arena. The training track, however, lies beyond the arena. We shall go there now.
Never you worry. The air here is...
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Gods have sent the beast as punishment for
You'd best behave, Fred. You're in Beauclair, see? Boy, that settles made mincemeat of my privy sitter.
Oh, Picarito. Oh, Picarito.
I must go to the medic about this too.
All is ready. The time you have to complete during the race proper, judges throughout the course shall...
Giddy up. Slow now. Whoa. Go, go.
So, have you had enough, or do you...
Had enough. Rather not...
Where to now? She's not mine. Now you must go to the inscription.
The gods have sent the beast as punishment for our sins!
Greetings.
Naturally, we must first see to
Really?
My findings show you may take part,
What a
or as the Honorable Ravix of Forhorn. It's not every year we have...
The Honorable Rep.
You may now take the shield.
I'm a witcher. Shield.
Who mentioned using it in combat? Not I. The... Have you been instructed as to the... Split...
I swear on her grace's
May the gods succor you in your That is all I need. You have also been assigned a 10.
Witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights, what are they, chopped liver? Right end with the plan! Duck's nipples! Get that's them on their own!
Geralt, well, I'll be...
All jesting aside, here on a job. You...
Am I? Ha! I shall square off against Rainfan of Atre. I saw...
Guessing that's against the rule.
But who's to tell the Nilfgaardian what to do? Listen, Geralt. The timing of your marksmanship duel is such that you shall...
Makes no difference to me.
Nor will it give you any pleasure. Since, as it is, we must both...
Thanks.
Ha! You've denied me some time.
Fair knights! You have sworn your vow.
Behold, Horm, against him new blood, Seraphics of Forhorn. The target she must... May the better man win. Brave Seraphics has hit over one half of the marks. Will he manage to prevail? Are these glorious first sparks? Seraphics. Seraphics has won. His bolt struck the goal.
Your prize, sir. A crossbow.
Thank you. My medallion's vibrating strongly. Can only mean one thing. Magic.
The explanation is disappointing, I'm afraid. The fragrance I use, it's mixed by a sorceress.
To lose to an opponent such as you is a big...
Thanks.
Good work! In the interim, I managed. Perhaps you...
You're right.
In...
Yeah.
This is her tent.
Claw marks, that's clear. Not sure what beast left them, just that it's big. Claw marks, that's clear. Not sure what beast left them here, just that it's big. Clothing's all dark green and yellow. Seems Yen's not the only one with a fixed color scheme. His and salts. Used to make compresses. Feather. If you
Someone
keep a bird
approaches.
as a bat.
Quickly.
No sign of it here, if so. You were supposed to hoot.
We shall speak later. We must return to the torrent.
Sirs, what seeks you in my latest tent? Inspiration. Why were you in there?
Behold, come from far Palmerin, Linus of Metina, Rainfar, Hormacus, Donimir of Guy de Bois, Delwyn, Constantine, and Say of Lyria, Graphics of Forhorn. For Gregoire of Mount Gorgon, let out a roaring ship. Does ignorance demand a bard intercede?
Graphics of Forhorn. Is that what you call yourself? But don't you remember? I am Tai of Dorntal.
Done. Then step aside.
The Tony's protector, the mate Vivian. Her beauty entrances both beasts and...
The time has come for you, Sir Knight.
Ladies and gentlemen, before us, ceramics of Forhorn up.
Come on, Roach.
And he's up! With a thunderous roar, who pounds the ground? No legion of drummers could make such a sound! A loss, a tragic trip.
Come with me to the feast. We shall await.
Lead the way.
So?
Her beauty.
That is not what...
Still to her. Managed to fit.
Do you mean to say she...
Only guessing right. Found some clues. Got me wondering if your beloved Vivian's not a
Bruxa?
Not sure yet.
We've still some time before
Sorry. Dropped something.
I demand satisfaction.
And twice the odd...
You refuse to duel?
thing, Ty. Might want to give some serious thought to whether you want...
I shall kill you!
You got your chance, sir. You failed.
We shall meet again.
My heart swells to behold this beautiful. Yet, after a time thus, the group melee shall take the celebrate.
Follow her. We should...
I've got a gun.
Oh! Pray don't, scoundrel. Ever seeking Lady Vivian.
Strange. Was sure I'd find her here. Vanished. Melted into thin air. And that bird. She a Bruxa? Flew off. Worth going after. Looks like the bird's moving somewhere. Bird flew off over the hill. Might be quicker to pass through the cave.
Witcher.
Lady Vivian? Counted on me getting lost.
I did. I thought you no different from the knights. Good at tourneys, hopeless in the face of true danger. I was mistaken.
So you're not actually a Bruxa?
A what?
Suspicion I had, that you might be a vampire. Certain details seemed to confirm it. Then I changed my mind. Anyway, unimportant. Hear you come to this clearing often.
This is where it all began. And as I was not able to evade you, save myself from you, then I want it done here. In this very spot. With no witnesses.
Want what done?
Why, you are a witcher. You were hired to kill me, were you not? Then do so, now. And do it quickly, I beg you. I shan't resist.
Witchers only hunt monsters. And even then, not all. You're no monster.
Then what am I to your eyes?
Most likely you've been cursed. Don't know who by or why yet, but hope to find that out soon.
If you've no contract on my life, why take an interest at all? Did Guillaume put you up to it? Is that why?
He wanted to help you. Asked me to do him a favor. Frankly, if I can do something for you, I'll do it, willingly.
Why should I trust you?
'Cause the Duchess trusts me? 'Cause I'm a freak, too? 'Cause cases like yours are my bread and butter. Take your pick.
You shall not turn on me. Use what I say against me. You shall not tell anyone?
You got nothing to fear. Came here to help you, and I won't peep a word to anyone unless I decide it's absolutely necessary.
So be it. I shall tell you what my mama once told me. When she was with child, expecting me, she and my father spent much time together near the wood, here in this clearing. Mama loved to listen to the orioles sing. She would stroke her belly and say, "My daughter should be as beautiful as that bird. Such is my wish." But a creature dwelt in the wood who envied my parents their happiness. One day it appeared before them to say the whole wood belonged to it, and they had dared to delight in something that was not theirs. It demanded payment, and when my parents said that they had nothing, it claimed their unborn daughter as its own.
What happened after that?
Nothing at first. I came into the world a perfectly normal child, and my parents forgot that day's events. But 15 summers into my life. But now it's advanced so that even in daytime I must use magic ointment to mask its symptoms, to look normal. In fact, I was resigned to death in coming here.
The curse. It could be reversible. Once ran into a baron transformed into a corn.
And you truly think you could do?
Can't guarantee a thing. Tough case, yours. You were cursed before birth. That alone complicates things. Also, you claim... Could try transferring the curse onto some...
What? Out of the question. I shall not...
Only one that's completely safe.
So there is another...
All right, there is another. Ancient ritual. We'd need an Oriole egg. Should release the curse.
Consequences.
Curse was cast before you came into this world. Ritual involved transferring it to an as-yet. Thing is, you could be left with the average lifespan of an Oriole.
7 years. I understand. Alas, every rose has its thorn, and yet you wish to give me 7 years of life.
I see why. I understand.
I will. They must miss me at the Tawny Grounds by now.
Let's.
Yes.
You can change at will?
No, but I discovered the water of this pool helps. Come.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Then speak, man. Can you not see I'm out of my mind with worry? What ails her?
She asked me not to talk about it.
But I want only the best for her. Perhaps I shall be able to help or, I don't know, console her at the least.
Vivian gave me the details of her situation, but she did so in confidence.
But I'm not just anyone.
I'm sorry. Look,
How dare you lecture me? Or now that you've bound Vivian to your...
I don't back out of anything. I'll take...
Indeed. In that case, you must meet the other...
Got it. Thanks.
I know now the two teams' rosters. Palmer in the with this skirmish, since that if you swing your blade,
It is time.
A cheer to rifle. Who virtue exhausts on. Whoever here wins the past. Let us begin. Crowd, resurrecus. Blood, sweat, and tears shall soon follow in bucket.
Turn to sword! I shall never retreat, not one step! Just too evil. Beat it out of you!
Now there's but graphics, though he's far from done. When all the dust clears, shall he have won? Oh me, oh my, that must have been painful. But a thorn to the heart, only more painful. The world's never seen a fight quite so glorious. For showing such verve, each knight was victorious. Yet in tourneys as in life, but one champion may reign. Today, he is the one. Praised be his name. He felt a whole host, slew the most. Palmer in de Longfall and Gregoire de Gorgon, two knights of high valor shall fight to be champion. Noble seraphics shall not stand to the tire trip.
Greetings, my lady.
I have. I stand by all I have said. Might you explain the nature?
Sure, but... See... Show yourself, Guillaume.
Why are you here, sir? This is a
No scheming involved.
My lady, I live to serve you.
Are you quite finished? So you shall do what I command. Very well, then. Listen carefully. Leave this tent. Return only once you've cooled off. Then leave me be...
My lady, but...
Out now! You assured me I could...
I kept your secret. Didn't tell him anything he didn't already know.
I understand he hired you, so you had to report to him.
Absolutely sure you did the right thing? Can't conduct the ritual using your reflection without him. Needed someone who'd...
And you thought I would agree to this? No, Geralt! When we spoke in the meadow... This is the method I...
Need to find an egg. Preferably an Oriole's. Ritual itself isn't complicated, but like I said before, there'll be a side effect. Still sure you want to go through with it?
Yes. I saw a nest in the clearing where we spoke. But before we go, tell me, what will become of the chick?
We'll have to break the egg. Like you said.
And for a dream to come true... This is the place. Oh no! A panther's gotten at the nest!
Stand back. I'll take care of this. Eggs fell in a moss patch. They're fine except for one. It's cracked.
Will it do?
Think so.
Now what must I do?
Just to be sure, gonna ask one last time. Positive you want to do this? If we succeed...
7 years free of the fear that someone might spy me at the wrong moment. 7 years of a life both true...
All right. You need to concentrate now. Repeat after me. Muna Gandrau, Muna Finerat.
Muna Gandrau, Muna Finerat. Muna Gandrau, Muna Finerat. Muna Gandrau, Muna Finerat.
Damn it.
Geralt, look! Look! Oh, gods! I shall be able to attend balls. I shall travel to Oxenfurt, to Novigrad even. Thank you, Witcher.
Ought to thank Guillaume. He's the one hired me. To help you.
Yes, I'm grateful to him as well, immensely. Will you tell him so for me?
Should tell him yourself, don't you?
Perhaps I should, but I would prefer not to. Convey...
Sure, I'll tell him. Farewell, Vivian. Come on, Roach.
That's my knees ache something horrible.
Come on now.
See, all night I spent rubbing, sharpening, oiling it.
I pledge my love to win the tournament. Geralt, what of Vivian?
Managed to lift her curse.
Truly? So all will be well. Her troubles are done?
Asked me to give you a message. Said she's grateful. Thanks to you, she can live a normal life.
Good, good. But how does she fare?
Vivian chose what suited her best. She's completely free now. And happy, I think.
Without me.
You helped her. But that doesn't mean she owes you her love. Got this bard friend. Philosopher too, I guess. Amateur.
Do you know what, Geralt? You earned your...
Fruitful hunt to you, Witcher.
I once had a girl, what should I say?
I do not know how I...
Don't expect to be paid.
Oh, yes, I feel my strength returning thanks chiefly to Barnabas Basil's care.
Horrible ordeal you endured. Glad I cut it short.
Yet all my family's long gone now. The last of my kin pet.
This is a big house. Biggest...
Truly?
Yeah.
After all I've suffered, the years of starvation, I've but one dream.
Don't see a problem if that's your dream. You could help Barnabas Basil in the kitchen. Eating his meal.
Nothing could make...
No, thank you.
I've one other thing I'd like to tell you. Many years ago, my father... If you wish to find them, you must go to my old home, to Trastamara. The dowry...
Do just that. You sure you don't feel...
I cannot say yet. Too little time.
Visited others' homes as a white.
Yes, but ever...
Remember, you can...
I'd never...
And I'd never want... Seal it.
Take care, Witcher. And remember... I thank you for letting me stay.
I'd never expect...
Do you fear I will cook in your...
Counting on you...
Of that, you...
Thought you were a lady.
Do you mean to say a woman of my rank should have had a cook?
Seal.
Take care.
A man who dare not down some red.
The beast!
Life.
Diddly! My Camilek ate something clear.
Love, youth, adventure. An eagle can wave. Yes, I should. If I only...
want to look around some. This one's full too. Strange. That's awful pretty. It'll look great in the house. Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Teshem Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Teshem Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshem Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
See no reason to dawdle. Teshem Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshem Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer...
You lead. Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct.
An ancient vampire dungeon. See?
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against illegal guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beggars have breathed their last here.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
And there was this glyph. Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlops. We both remained in this part of the world.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vent.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagma ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time. Deny it, but alas, I can...
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done.
Well, that was awkward. Fine.
I prepared the... Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, it sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
What did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. You must forge through this, that is all.
I just smelled the blood. This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you. Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
I don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. We won't be able to. We must force through this, that is all.
Just smell the blood. Hold on, I'll let you out. Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you anymore. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you. Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that.
We need not discuss it. But what would you have done?
Found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you? I told you. The pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Detlef? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates. Forgive me. What? Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed. What did you see?
Delacroix. It seems Detlef had made friends with him, and he was overcome with fury.
Interesting.
Saw a moment. Delacroix.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Detlef. Keep in mind,
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision.
A peculiar...
Stand was somewhere in the port district.
Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad.
It's our only lead.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble.
Bootblacks don't usually work nights. Need to come back during the day.
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates?
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you!
A far-fetched...
I'll conspire to...
Leave him alone. His father.
Oh, poppycock. I'll teach him honest. So back...
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Flat! We'll break your legs, vagrant! Teach! Circle him! Circle him! All together! On three! Bad move.
What's the meaning of this?
I'm investigating the beast.
Ah, yes.
Nothing really?
Uh-huh. I see. You'll come with us. Come on.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't...
Yeah?
Splendidly. And as you're the stronger,
Bit about the mud.
I've got some... So...
Let me think about... Listen,
Wait, wait!
but my boots are...
In this city, no boots are clean unless they're just... So then,
One of your patrons.
an arrival.
How much?
Let's say...
What?
expand my venture. I should think...
All right.
That's not even worth the spit I'd need to use to discuss it. Out of the question. Quite simply, no.
Just one problem.
I shall patiently... Well... Tell me, Guts.
Here, your coin.
1,000 thanks. I know the fellow you seek.
Know where I might find...
No?
Don't have the time for...
When I claim...
It seems you're...
Oh, you're here.
I am, thank you. The local Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most ink. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a
But... You won't hurt...
In point of fact, he's a friend.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port.
Worth checking. Might happen on a...
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before...
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
Mama says that if someone's really, but I mean really, really, really bad.
Sure. One the bootblack mentioned. Won't budge.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler.
Let's hear your...
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
You hear? Let's look around. Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Nice little trinket. Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Somebody fixed this recently. Attic, let's go. So this is his nest. Detlef van der Tane, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a
There you have it. Proof positive Detlef killed not of his...
Any idea what it...
Indeed. Detlef gains foes occasionally.
One might have managed...
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone, whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renaway?
His one-time lover. The soul, because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile work.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Why do you think that?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left.
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know, not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack.
Detlef ever try to find her? I hear vampires have their ways, all kinds.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires. He searched for months on end before giving up.
Even if Renaway did abandon him, that...
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what is...
He's prepared to kill, that...
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individual...
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to...
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing... No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Tools were used recently. Detlef unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed.
Look, slips of paper. Count Crespi, Count Dulac.
Detlef's victims, one and all. But that's not...
Must have come from who all of it written you... See the color? Ink was dyed with...
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little.
And fair enough. Still worth remembering. With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps...
Blackmail.
Why is that? Astute.
It's not one of your kind.
Precisely.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't...
Right you are.
Let's sum up. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed.
All noted down using one and the same.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence.
Not how I'd put it.
I trust you to convince her.
What? Go on, don't be shy.
It's a rather bold plan, but...
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot.
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe. Fine.
So be it. We'll await you here.